1. Welcome to Made for More Living.
One small step for man.
With Johnny Jennings.
Kick the tires and light the fires, Big Daddy.
The fastest and most exciting hour of news, events, and real estate in Northern California.
And this is a fact that was proved.
Online at madeformorerealty.com.
Does everybody know what time it is?
Get ready. Here we go.
We are back this week with a repeat offender, repeat guest, Miss Jennifer Heuer. With
repeat offender?
Repeat offender on the show, yeah.
Are you an offensive person?
Not at all.
Depending on who you ask.
Depending on, we can go down that route.
I would say most people that I know would profile me as a repeat offender.
Absolutely. You can
my wife, my kids, my friends, my pastor.
You can get fired up about anything, right? But what's fun about Jennifer is it's been about almost a year to the day since you've been on the show.
Yeah, it has been.
And last time you were on the show, you were dealing with a stalker.
Yes, I was. Good memory.
Can we get an update on the stalker?
Yes, actually, the stalker unfortunately has moved on. And
Unfortunately,
I'm glad he's moved on from me, but he's moved on.
Oh, so he's stalking somebody else.
He's stalking somebody else. So, in fact, most of the women in my neighborhood, we kind of started a group chat regarding the stalker.
Like a text thread?
A text thread regarding him. And my friends' kids actually are on the same soccer team as their daughter.
The stalker's daughter.
The stalker's daughter. And he has done this to many people, so it's a known thing. And in fact, I found out that through this text conversation that his wife is just as crazy as him. She actually is a known thief. When they go to events, whether it's a swim meet or, you name it, where other families are involved and they're somebody's house, she actually goes into purses and has been caught stealing.
He's a stalker and she's a kleptomaniac.
Yep, and their kids are adopted, and I feel really, really bad for those two.
Oh, man.
Yeah. So anyways, he's still around. I actually ran into him in person at Laboo like 3 weeks ago.
Which Laboo?
Over on Sutterville and Lamb Park.
Interesting.
How'd that go?
Over by the zoo. I actually was with my aunt, and I didn't acknowledge him, but my heart raced a little bit because I'd only seen him when he's in his car stalking me. So being in the same room with him was...
Seeing him in the wild.
So from your experience,
he looks creepy. He definitely,
He fits the profile?
Yes, 100%.
For those that are listening and they are dealing right now with a stalker and they're trying to figure out a way to get this person out of their lives, what's your tip? What's your number one tip to get rid of this stalker in their life?
Reverse stalking. Literally, like, blow him up. Like, make it noticeable. Like, I took pictures. I sent him to, like, all the neighbors. I put it in the Lamb Park neighborhood Facebook page. Like, expose him. But he doesn't change. He doesn't back down. But making people aware...
Makes them uncomfortable. Here's a dose of your own medicine.
That's a really good point, because the reason why they're stalking, they're being creepy, they're being secretive, and if you expose that...
Yeah.
It can probably...
Because he did move on from me.
Yeah.
Thank God.
He's like, back off. I don't want to...
They like it when you're playing hard to get, and then you reverse it.
Right.
Maybe they're not interested.
Oh, yeah, no, I actually went by his house. Like, I found his address.
Oh, my God.
Oh, yeah, no, I full on. Like, I know exactly where he lives.
I don't think everybody has the same type of personality that you do that can be as bold, but it is a good idea. Maybe you get somebody else in your family to do it for you.
Yeah, as long as you're safe and, like, going over by yourself.
Yeah. Oh, yeah, no, I had a friend, like, I just was out of curiosity, like, where do you live? But, yeah, I mean, he's has a track record of losing jobs, and there's no stability with him. He's all over the place. Filed bankruptcy. I had my friend who's a private investigator, like, do a full check on him, and he's definitely shady.
That would be a cool job. I think that would be a cool job. Maybe I've been watching too much Magnum PI. But being a private investigator?
Well, this is actually, let's just lead into this. My friend is amazing. He's been my friend since preschool. He's in Scottsdale, Arizona, so I've had some really, really bad dating experiences, like really bad. So now when I meet somebody, I give him the information and he runs.
Are you serious?
He runs them. And
background check?
Oh, yeah, and listen to this. Like, I met somebody that told me they've lived like 3 places and then, kind of gave me their history of the last 10 years, when in fact this person has moved like 16 times to places like Iowa, Texas, never, told me any of this. Even told me his car is brand new. And, it was brand new and he bought it full price. Well, in fact, it was used And so it just, I'm able to like fact check, and I'm like, nope, sorry, bro. Like, next, move on.
You're a liar. Yeah.
Yeah. So I told my friend, I said, I know you're busy because you have a full-time gig, but this is really nice that you can do this for females because it's important. Maybe he can just provide that service.
Well, he is for me, thank God.
But I mean, for other people.
I know. Well, he's got a big job, so he doesn't have time for that.
Going on.
It's a favor for me, yeah.
Got it.
But it's so.
Well, that's cool. That's cool that you have a friend like that.
I know. Thank God.
That's kind of like people with us in real estate. Hey, Johnny, what'd this house sell for? Hey, Johnny, what do you think this house is worth? Hey, Johnny, who owns this house?
Exactly.
You know, it's
Dig a little deeper.
I can look into it a little bit for you. It's not a big deal.
Absolutely.
But we are not here to talk necessarily about stalkers. We are here to talk about home warranties, specifically Home Warranty of America, which is who you've been with for how long now?
It's been a little over a year.
Got it, a little over a year.
So when I was here last time, I was just a newbie. So
I know, and you've gotten so good. You recently spoke at one of our realtor meetings that happen every single Thursday. If you are in the industry, come by. It's Thursdays 10 to 11 in Roseville at our office in Roseville. Anybody's welcome. And you were speaking at it, and I was like, oh my gosh, she is so much better at presenting and explaining the product than you were a year ago. So I'm like, we got to have you back on the show.
Oh, thank you. It's good to be back.
So when someone purchases a home, they usually get homeowners insurance. That usually is all encompassing, right? So what's the difference between a home warranty and homeowners insurance?
So homeowners insurance is required. You have to have that to close escrow. And homeowners insurance is a natural disaster. So there's a storm, it causes a tree to fall down on your house, then you call on your homeowner's insurance. Well, I know people aren't really calling in to file claims with homeowner's insurance because state of California, we're really messed up. So most of the time when you file a claim with homeowner's insurance, you get dropped. Home warranty, you can file as many claims as you want, and we cover pretty much everything in your home: plumbing, electrical, appliances, cooling, and heating. It's not required. Peach, yes. It's not required, but I highly, highly recommend, because you literally, the whole point of it is to give you peace of mind and save you money out of pocket.
Yep. And so how I explain it, Matt, to clients is homeowners insurance is when you're driving a car, that's the insurance. The warranty is the add-on that you can get from the dealer. You can buy it separately that will cover certain components of the car.
So there is actually a stat, 82% of first-time home owners within the first year come out of pocket with unexpected repairs and costs due to appliances dying, due to normal wear and tear.
Yeah.
So for just hundreds of dollars, it's not thousands of dollars, and our coverage is 13 months. If your fridge breaks on you and you need it repaired, then you're only going to spend or replace, you're only going to spend $75 for your deductible as opposed to what a new fridge would cost, or the parts. So it's just peace of mind and to save you, the homeowner, money from unexpected repairs.
And it comes out to like a couple dollars a day, like less than a cup of coffee.
It is. It really is.
For that peace of mind. But when we come back, we're going to talk about because the number one complaint with home warranty companies is, hey, I bought it for the peace of mind and then didn't cover it. Like, why did I pay for it only to have it not cover that? So when we come back, we're going to discuss how to make sure you can get your claims fulfilled and get paid.
Yeah, perfect.
So with all the crazy chaos happening in California, there's a lot of people that want to leave the state, whether it's to Texas or Tennessee or Colorado, Idaho, North Carolina, whatever your reasoning is. Maybe it's just to retire and get a big chunk of property to enjoy your twilight years. There's a reason why so many people have trusted Johnny Jennings and his team at Made for More Realty with selling their home, and you should too. That's why they have over 1,000 five-star Google reviews, why they were voted #1 team in Roseville for the past 3 years. So if you want to find out how Johnny Jennings can help you, maybe even find out how he can get you at least 3 cash offers on your home in as-is condition. That's right, 3 cash offers. Just Google Johnny Jennings with Made for More Realty and get more for your home.
This is Made for More Living with Johnny Jennings. Online at madeformorerealty.com.
So Jen, you're a runner, right?
Yes.
When you were really into running, about how many miles would you say you ran a day, a week?
Well, I was actually addicted to it. So.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, there was never enough miles. Yeah, I actually that was kind of a priority. Sometimes 10 miles wasn't enough. That was my average for a day when I was addicted.
A day, so 70 miles a week.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh, that's a lot of time.
And literally that was all my mind 24/7. That's all I thought about was running.
I don't understand. So what were you thinking about? I need to get more miles. I need to get faster times.
I was doing the distance, so miles, and then as I got older, or as I'm getting older, my body doesn't really love running so much. So then I went less miles, faster time.
Okay.
And now my craziness is just adjusting to, your knees don't like this. Let's just go for a casual 3 to 4 mile run, and that's okay. You're okay. That's fine, because I still clock about 10 miles a day with walking and golf, and I do there's other things than just running.
Yeah.
So I had to let that go.
See, I'm running a lot. Oh, I think it's a lot. It's a lot for me because I'm training for an Ironman.
Oh, that's right.
And I don't like it. I don't understand the addiction.
Well, for me, it was really mental stuff. It's really to clear my head. I got into the runners. They call it the runner's high.
Yeah.
And you get really into your mind.
I'm still waiting for that to happen to me.
Half the time I didn't even listen to music. It was just, I was in my head.
Really?
Yeah.
Okay.
So how many miles are you running a day? And are you running every day? Because you shouldn't. You should take some time off between.
I'm not running every day. I'm running every other day.
Okay.
But I'm up to 13 miles. And then on the off days, I bike 40 miles.
Okay. That's awesome.
So that's what I'm doing
When's
right now.
the Ironman?
October 18th.
Oh, wow.
Yeah. So got some time, but not a whole lot of time to bump up those numbers. So you're running. You're not running so much now.
No, actually, I kind of slowed down with the Stalker because I couldn't run during that time. Because that's where he found me, was when I was running.
Okay.
So I kind of adjusted my exercise regime during that time last year, and that's kind of when everything changed. Where I started doing Peloton, started really picking up golf. I know that's not really exercise, but just
eventually it is.
Just adding in other activities and just getting so obsessed with one. And it's better for you to cross train.
I agree. Were you always a golfer, or is this a new thing?
I wouldn't say I've always been a golfer in the real estate industry. You kind of pick it up to a degree for golf tournaments and to be with clients. Yeah. But the new year, you make your New Year's resolutions. Yeah. I said this year, I'm going to golf. I'm going to really get into it and take it seriously for the first time. So I found a golf league that I'm on every Monday. And then if I can pick up another round, typically on Fridays, I'll do that. But once a week, and I'm getting better. So that's good.
That's awesome. Because I was literally talking with Valerie and some friends the other day. Valerie really wants to pick up golf. And she's
I should take her out.
You should. But she's like, how do I learn? Where do I go? How do I start? And so your suggestion is join a league?
I think you just get out there. People say golf lessons. At this point, I think if I took a lesson, it would throw off what I have going, because there's so much head down, do this, do that. I think if you just go and you figure out through making your own corrections, adjustments, but getting out there is the best thing you can do, for sure. And the best thing about golf is you can go on holiday, you can go anywhere, on vacations, go play golf. Uh-huh. You're outside. I mean, most golf courses are beautiful.
Oh yeah.
So
you can smoke cigars.
Yes, you can do that.
Yeah, that's why I enjoy the golfing. It's still okay on a golf course to smoke a cigar.
Yes, it is. And construction sites.
And construction. Yeah. Why all contractors seem to smoke?
It's really funny. I actually Googled that the other day, because it seems like anytime I'm walking by, contractors working on, whether it's a building, a house, there's just so much cigarette activity going on. Yeah. So Google said that it's due to the environment, and I guess it's very high level stress job. So that's what Google told me.
I don't know. Is it a high level stress job? What's so stressful about doing construction work?
Maybe it's because they have time crunches. They have to specific.
I don't know.
I don't know. I don't know.
When I smell cigarette smoke, it takes me back to the oil field days, which most people don't think oil fields and smoking go hand in hand.
Yeah, you wouldn't think so.
You wouldn't think.
But why the oil fields? What is that to you?
I used to work in the oil fields.
Oh, I did not know this.
Yeah.
Oh, wow.
Worked there for a number of years, and So anyways, in the morning, not everybody, but a lot of guys would be smoking before the work started. And so it's just, I don't know, when I smell it, it takes me back to middle of nowhere in an oil field.
Okay.
Yeah.
Interesting.
And then after that, once they start the work, they would start chewing because it's no flame, no spark.
Yeah.
So.
All right.
All right. Well, with that, we were going to talk about how to make sure if you do get a home warranty company, how you can make the most out of it. And if you're paying $500, $700, $900 for this coverage, how do you make sure that you're not throwing that money away? So what would be your tips on if I'm going to get coverage, how do I, one, know the company to pick, and two, how do I make sure that I'm able to file claims in a way that, I'm actually covered?
Absolutely. So
let's start with the company to pick.
I believe, well, I shouldn't say I believe, I know that it really comes down to your point of contact, so your representation, your rep, your account executive.
Yep.
Because in this world, everything's so busy and everything's so automated, it's really having a relationship with somebody that's going to have your back. Because like anything in this world, you get lost in the system.
Exactly. I wouldn't even say have your back, just be your guide.
Just be your guide, be your advisor.
Yeah.
Help advise. So getting lost in the system is pretty much the number one thing without having a representation. So choosing Home Warranty of America means you're choosing me, and I have your back. I will advise you. I will guide you.
Yep. So they're your guides. So you're not just left alone. Go randomly on the website. Is this covered? Is this not? Figure it out.
And the other thing too, Home Warranty of America, we are a big company. We are nationally wide, but we do kind of operate like mom and pop. So I have an escalations manager. I have her cell number. I can actually get a hold of the president of my company. They actually pick up their phone. They call you back. So we are a large company, but we operate like a small one. Mm-hmm. So having that mom and pop, knowing that we have your back as a company in general too, is another reason to choose. And our prices are the most competitive in the entire Sacramento region.
You do have great prices. So what do they start at?
So I just talk about the Platinum plan because we're in California, we're in Sacramento.
You want AC?
We need AC, so there's no reason to talk about anything else. So the Platinum plan is only $490, and you do not have to be in a real estate transaction to get a home warranty. Anybody can get one, and I will get you the escrow pricing. And if you actually buy it outside of escrow, you can actually do monthly payments. That breaks it down to basically nothing.
You won't even feel it.
You won't even feel it.
And you're covered.
Not like going out to dinner and having a tip and all that stuff.
Oh my gosh, that's a whole nother conversation. Matt loves tipping. Don't you, Matt?
I mean, I love tipping when you get service that's above and beyond, when you get good service, but I don't think it should just be automatic wherever you go, right?
Well,
I mean, it's just out of control. And I think most Americans believe that. They've done surveys that have said that many Americans just think it's out of control. It used to be when you would tip your hairdresser or your pizza delivery driver or when you went to a restaurant. But now it's wherever you go, whether it's countertop service or even just, a coffee shop. They turn the screen around and there it is, an automatic 18% tip.
Yeah.
Well, and it didn't start off that way.
No.
In the 30s and 40s, it was like
when
5%.
You were a young lad.
Right, exactly. When I was young, 5 to 10% was what the maximum amount of a tip would be, and it would be on a limited number of services. But now it's everyone's asking for a tip, and it's anywhere from, and they say the average tip now is 28%. 28, which is astronomical. I mean, we're already dealing with inflation and the price of everything.
What's inflation? Guess what? At Home Warranty of America, we don't have inflation. Our prices have stayed the same.
That's good.
At the beginning of the year, all my competitors' prices went up, and ours stayed the same.
How do you do that?
You deserve a tip.
I do deserve a tip. I'll take 28%.
When everyone is raising their prices, don't you feel the pressure to do the same?
We want to we want repeat customers. So of course.
Because it's more expensive to do business these days, right?
But that's a great. Everybody else raised their prices and you stayed the same.
We did.
And you do the 13-month warranty already.
That's correct. Yep.
So they're already getting an extra month, most affordable, and you cover old stuff.
Old stuff?
Yeah.
Yes, where some of my competitors, if you call, like say Johnny, say one of your customers has a fridge that's over 20 years old, and a lot of my competitors will not come out
to service that because of the age of it.
Yeah.
We have no discrimination when it comes to age. So you can have an old AC that's 20 years old or one that's 2 years old. It doesn't matter to us. We'll still come out and service it.
All right. Well, my grandpa has a fridge, I think from the 60s.
Oh, wow. It's still
Is it still
working?
running?
That thing is still trucking along.
Really?
It probably is the number one energy consumer in the house, more than his AC. But he loves
this
that
in the
fridge.
garage, or
It's in the garage.
Well,
in the garage.
well, they don't make it how they used to. These, older appliances last longer. These newer ones are.
But would Home Warranty of America work on a fridge from 1964?
He'd have to find
as
a
long as he
mechanic
has
that would be able
coverage,
to-
absolutely.
there you
we
go,
will-
as long as he has
But the
coverage.
problem is finding the parts. Do they
Yeah.
exist anymore?
Yeah.
You know,
True.
That's
Yeah.
pretty incredible.
that is.
I
Incredible.
know. I'm like, Grandpa, does that work? Because
What does he keep in it?
food.
Is it?
Does
Is
he
it? Does
really?
it happen to be olive green?
No, it's like a.
Oh, that was like
Is it
very
like
popular
a deep freeze?
color.
It's like one of those deep freezes? Or
No. It's got the little silver handle. You know, the
really?
old school thing.
So if Russia decides to send a nuclear bomb,
Climb in that thing.
climb in that thing, you'll
Close
be
it.
safe.
Yeah. That's his
funny.
bomb shelter.
That's awesome.
But yeah, so you guys provide so many services in addition to what the typical home warranty company provides. But the way to access those, I think this is really important for people listening to hear, is they need to reach out to you directly. They need to reach out to their rep.
Absolutely.
That's like, so for example, can we tell Chad's story real quick?
Absolutely.
So Chad, he's been on the show many times. Matt wears his hat. Matt won't wear one of my hats, but he'll wear the Thrive Stewardship
Wow.
hat. Yeah.
Wow, Matt.
But
no love.
I know. But Chad and his wife Christy bought a house. We used Home Warranty of America, and their AC went out. And they are some of our dearest friends, and they did not tell us that they were having AC issues. And finally, Chad goes, "Johnny, I hate to bug you, but man, that home warranty company, they're just not. It's not working out. We can't get our AC fixed. We've been weeks without AC. It's in the heat of summer." I'm like,
Oh yeah, it was the middle of July.
it's peak season, like everybody, like it was like record-setting heat, and I'm like, that doesn't sound like Jen. Let me give her a call. So I gave her a call on a Monday. Like their AC was like fixed by like a Wednesday. Like it was like really, really quick. So they struggled with it for weeks because they were going through the automated
They
system.
got lost in the system.
They got lost in the system. They didn't realize they had a gen. They didn't realize that they had a guide.
Mm-hmm.
And then all of a sudden, boom, they got a new AC system installed in a matter of maybe it wasn't 2 days, but maybe it was like it was really quick.
It was. I remember I take one vacation a year where I do not have cell phone service. And I remember
was that vacation?
I remember coming down the hill and getting your message. I was in Reading, and I literally, like, the first thing I did, I called my escalations manager. I said, "This is one of my top clients. I need this." And she's like, "We didn't even see this. He got lost in the system because they did not have me helping them with, the process."
And it's not that home warranty is being malicious. Like mistakes happen.
No, it's literally, it's just with anything, you get lost in the system without having representation.
Yeah.
And I wouldn't say lost, like non-responsive, but it's just a slower process where I can come in and go, "All right, we need this done like ASAP." Because I'm going to the back office. I'm actually talking to the people that dispatch the vendors that come out to you.
Yep.
So the number one thing that I like to stress on is really educating my real estate agents and people out there who use Home Warranty of America that's non-real estate transaction, is to have me involved from the beginning to the end.
Yep.
Meaning even before you close escrow, I can sit there with your clients and help them figure out what coverage makes the most sense for them. And then if you don't want that provided at the beginning, then when you do close escrow, I go over what their policy is, how it works, what they have covered, especially when it comes to claims. And then when it comes to claims, I say, I can't file the claim for you. The customer has to. But as soon as you file it, you get a claim number and give that to me, provide that to me. Then I go to my back office and say, they just filed a claim. We need this on the books within this time frame.
They just need to start the process.
They just need to start the process.
And then you can help them with it from there.
Yes.
So common things that I've seen people have issues with the home warranty include anything outside of the typical, beyond AC. So I've seen a lot of people benefit from home warranties through getting their hot water heaters repaired or replaced, and AC. Those are the two things I see people really benefit from. But where mistakes are made is what type of coverage you're paying for. So do you have a well? That's an additional fee, right?
Yes.
Do you have a pool? That's an additional fee.
Are you on a septic? Do you need septic?
Yeah.
What I'm learning, one of the most misunderstood coverage is when it comes to the AC. So with the Platinum plan, which is the only way to go because it has the HVAC, is if your air conditioning needs repairing, we'll come out and take care of that. If your AC dies on you, it's dead, it needs to be replaced, we will not replace it under the Platinum plan without adding on system compatibility upgrade for only $60.
Oh.
So I learned firsthand for myself as a homeowner. I got system compatibility upgrade when I bought my house, knowing my AC was older. Mm-hmm. They couldn't disclose the age of it, but I knew it was older. The homeowner didn't know because they already had bought a few. They just didn't know the trail of the age of the AC.
Okay.
So I got that just for peace of mind. Well, my AC did not turn on this summer. Tried it 3 weeks ago. So HWA came out for only $75. Gentleman said, yep, it's on the end of its life expectancy. I'm going to put a starter kit in. It should get you through the summer, but not guaranteed. He gave me a quote to get it replaced when I need to do that. There's a cap for everything too, and people don't realize that. Everything caps out at some point. So when I need to get my AC replaced, because knock on wood, it is working now.
Yeah.
Instead of spending $8,000, I'm only going to be spending about $3,000 because of that coverage that I have. So that's much easier on my bank account, having HWA pay 80% of it.
And that's just one instance.
That's just one instance. So really knowing the product and knowing how it works is number one. And that's why people don't know. And that's why you have me to help educate and take the burden off the shoulders of the real estate agents, because you guys are busy. You have all these different hats you wear. This is my wheelhouse. Let me talk to your clients. You guys have a team. You have a lender. You have a home inspector. You have your real estate agent. You have your title company. Mm-hmm. Why not have a home warranty rep be part of your team?
I agree. That's why you're here.
That's why I'm here.
So if you guys want to reach out to Jennifer, I would suggest just go to madeformorerealty.com. You can reach us there, Google us, call us, text us, and we will get you connected. She is our preferred rep. But in case you're like, I don't want to call because they're going to try and sell me a house, I don't want to talk to a salesperson, which we wouldn't. Right? We're here to help. But if that is your fear, what is the best way for them to reach out to, Jennifer? And
I just want to say, yes, we're in the people business. We like to help. So you can go to Johnny's website. He will not try and solicit you. But yes, if you'd like to call me directly, area code 916-296-2186. Once again, 916-296-2186.
Perfect. Well, hey, Jennifer, it was so great having you on the show again.
I love being here. Thank you.
Are you a busy person? Are you overwhelmed? Do you feel like you have so much on your plate, you just can't get it all done? I hear you. I'm in a similar position. I have 3 kids and they're constantly doing activities. I got a full-time job. So I like things to be simple, easy, uncomplicated, especially when it comes to something big and important like selling your home. There's an easy way to do it that's not stressful. You don't have to do open houses or staging or organizing. You don't have to spend a ton of money doing those costly needed home repairs. All you have to do is reach out to our friend Johnny Jennings and his team at Made for More Realty, because here's how they're going to make it super easy and simple and fast. They're going to give you at least 3 cash offers on your home in as-is condition. That's right. No need to do all of that stuff. Just 3 cash offers on your home in as-is condition. So yeah, no repairs, no open houses or stagings or anything like that. Google Johnny Jennings with Made for More Realty. And unlike all the other companies out there who will maybe give you 1 offer, Johnny Jennings guarantees to give you at least 3 cash offers on your home. So you have options to choose from. Again, just Google Johnny Jennings with Made for More Realty, why they've been voted #1 team in Roseville for the past 3 years, and why they have so many 5-star Google reviews. Google Johnny Jennings with Made for More Realty and get more for your home.
This is Made for More Living with Johnny Jennings. Online at madeformorerealty.com.
Man, so the real estate market is interesting right now.
Absolutely. It's always interesting, though. It's unpredictable.
Yep.
And that's why you became a realtor, is because of the excitement of real estate here in California.
I love the ever-changing market, the fluidity.
The stress.
The stress. I just eat stress for breakfast. You know what, though, where I am excited about is that people are saying this is the hardest real estate market they've seen in 40 years.
How would you define hard?
Good question. So from a realtor's perspective, hard is the ability to how easy or how hard is it to make money.
Sure.
And every time a house sells, that's an opportunity to get paid. And there's just been so few transactions, and combine that with the increased number of realtors. There's so many realtors out there. Anyways, the reason why I'm glad about it being hard is I've been doing this now 10 years.
I know what you're going to say.
And people have always told me, all the old timers, like, yeah, well, just wait till you get into a hard market. You don't know what hard is. You don't know what. Well, guess what? My first market is the hardest one in the history of your freaking career. So, like, back off. I don't have to hear that anymore. So there's some silver lining there, but it is challenging.
I think part of you also enjoys the way that it filters out the pretenders, or the ones, playing a realtor.
Oh, the hobbyist.
The hobbyist.
Yeah. Blows my mind. So I tell this people look at me like I'm lying to them. And I'm like, look it up. Go to Inman News. You will see 71% of realtors did not sell a single house in 2024. And they're like, well, and how long of 2024? Like the first quarter, first half? All of 2024. In that 12-month period, 365, 71% of all real estate agents did not sell a single house. 98% of realtors sell fewer than 1.5 homes a month.
So would you say during a hard time that a lot of those folks decide to just give up, move on, do something else?
Probably leave California.
Pick another hobby.
Yeah. But here's the thing. If you're doing something not like rarely, like let's say you sell a house every quarter, are you a professional or are you a hobbyist? Like, it's a professional is somebody that wakes up and does it every single day, works the business every single day. A hobbyist is like, I feel like doing it now.
Right.
And those hobbyists cost the clients so much money. They cost people so much money, but people don't understand the difference. They can't identify.
It's true.
A hobbyist versus a professional, and so they lump us all together.
Yeah.
But what's interesting about the real estate market is those doggone interest rates. Have you What do you think is going to happen?
Obviously this hard time, as you call it, all started with the interest rates, right? I mean, with inflation and then interest rates going up. Wouldn't you agree? Because fewer people want to purchase a home with such an astronomically high interest rate.
Well, what happened was the COVID. And so to keep everything trucking along, they slammed interest rates down. And that artificially inflated prices, because now you can afford a crazy price on a home, a crazy purchase price with a relatively small payment. And then they're like, inflation got out of control, so they had to start raising interest rates, and now interest rates are at 7%, and the prices haven't really come down.
Right.
And so what's happened is we have these crazy, relatively, people. I love it when people go, oh man, back in my day, interest rates were like 18%. I was so glad when I got it out of the double digits. I got 9.87% interest rate. I was like, great. What'd you pay for your house?
Right.
$50,000.
Yeah.
Okay, great. How much were you making a year? $50,000. I'm like, okay, so that's the equivalent of somebody buying a $500,000 house today.
That math is very interesting, and I'm glad you highlight that, because
it's not
if you
apples
really
to
dig
apples.
into the numbers, you're right. It's not apples to apples.
No, and so if let's just say you're making $30,000 a year and you bought a $50,000 house, right? That would be the equivalent of making $300,000 a year and buying a $500,000 house.
Right.
I don't know anybody that's making $300,000 that's only buying a $500,000 house.
Right. Yeah.
And so it's not the same.
You're right. I think that's important that people focus on that. It's interesting.
My guess is prices are going to come down.
But they did a survey, they did a study for potential home buyers and folks that are thinking about putting their home on the market, that they're optimistic. They think that interest rates will come down.
Who's they?
Whoever they surveyed, they probably Zillow. Zillow went out and surveyed people going to their website looking for a home, and they said, or they surveyed people going to madeformorerealty.com. And they said, hey, how optimistic are you that interest rates will come down? Because that, for many people, is preventing them from going and pulling the trigger and moving and selling or purchasing a new home.
Yeah.
And so they're not totally discouraged. They think, okay, well, we're keeping our fingers crossed. We think that interest rates, with the way the economy's going, interest rates have to come down with President Trump pushing for that.
Interest rates have to come down or prices have to come down. There's two options here. And what we're seeing right now is prices are starting to come down.
Are they?
Oh, absolutely.
In California?
Absolutely. Yes.
But don't you think more than that has to happen? Don't you think more than just prices have to come down slowly? Don't you think interest rates have to come down as well? I mean, are we going to get housing prices down to a level where people feel like, okay, now it's balanced? The interest rate might not be as low as I want it, but the home prices have definitely dropped. And what kind of impact does that have on the economy as a whole when housing prices go down that dramatically?
I don't think it's going to be one or the other. I don't think you're going to see interest rates drop significantly. And like interest rates were in the 2s and the 3s when prices shot up to where they are. Are interest rates going back to the 2s or 3s? Absolutely not.
Never.
Absolutely not. That's not happening anytime soon. So it's going to be a combination. Prices are going to come down. Interest rates are going to come down a little, like both is going to happen, and wages need to increase.
You think interest rates get down into the 4s or 5s?
Yeah, you're smiling over there. So I was actually talking with a guy.
A lot of people are hoping for that. So
I wouldn't say we're friends, but we're chums. I'd say we're chums. He's a cigar smoker, and I was talking with him. And the reason why I share all this is he's a CEO of a major real estate company.
Okay.
And we were talking. He's like, Johnny, they just need to get down to like 6.5%. If there would just be some relief on the interest rates, this is actually what he said. He said 3 things. 1, interest rates need to come down, even if we just get them down to 6.5%. At the time of this recording, they're in the high 6s. Okay, so just bring them down 0.5%. Second thing that needs to happen is the tariffs need to be resolved. That needs to be figured out because that will create more confidence and stability in the market. And that
it has an effect on building material, correct?
Well, not only building material, but just overall confidence, like the stocks, like just how the market's doing. Right. It's all based on confidence. Because if people are thinking the market's going to tank, they're just nervous about buying a house.
Right.
Are they going to have a job?
Right.
Right. And so get tariffs figured out. And then the third thing, I thought this was interesting because I haven't heard a lot of people talk about this, is the thing with Iran. Like that needs to get figured out.
Really?
Yep.
That has an impact on the housing market?
I've been told that it is very, very likely that the U.S. is going to go to war with Iran if they do not figure this out. Very likely. The whole idea of having a nuclear Iran is just really unacceptable.
Right, but you have a similar situation with Russia and Ukraine as well. There's lots of things going on, China and Taiwan, and I think we've talked to. On our other show, we've spoken to a lot of experts who say, yes, it's inevitable. We are very close to World War III in one way or another.
Very close. And I think the catalyst for that, from, again, what I've been told, could be Iran. So
that affects the real estate market because, again, it brings on uncertainty for people.
Tons of uncertainty.
Right.
And so if interest rates get figured out, right, tariffs and Iran, then you could have a phenomenal second half of 2025 or a strong 2026. But you mentioned whoever they are, think that the interest rates are going to drop. I prefer to go to a more scientific source, and where I get my information is the poly market. Have you heard of the poly market?
I don't think so.
No? So I only learned about it during the election. So people were so poly market's where you can bet, right?
Yeah.
So where you can bet. And what's crazy is the poly market tends to be eerily accurate.
Right. Yeah, I've heard about that. Yeah.
And so the Fed meets on June 18th. There is
what are they saying?
A 97% chance that interest rates will not change.
Really?
97%. And then July 30th, there is an 88% chance that rates will not change. And then September 17th, which now we're getting out there. By now, all the tariffs and stuff are supposed to be resolved.
Right.
There is a 60% chance that rates will not change.
Still, though. So
if I'm not hanging my hat on, if you are a buyer in today's market, I would not be waiting for interest rates to change. That is not going to be your indicator that now's a good time to buy, because what happens when interest rates do change is now everybody else has been sitting on the fence is going to enter into the market, and it's just going to drive the prices up.
So do you think then from now until September, you continue to see prices dropping from now until September?
We have seen in the last, I would say, 7 to 10 days, an uptick in activity in our business. And that's encouraging because it was cooling. It was really cold. It was like ice cold in May. And that was scaring us because that's typically when things are heating up for the summer market. But we have seen an uptick. So I don't know if people are just getting hey, this is the new normal. We're just going to have to deal with the 7s, like the high interest rates, or if that is an indication of things to come. I'll let you know once it happens, though.
So with all the crazy chaos happening in California, there's a lot of people that want to leave the state, whether it's to Texas or Tennessee or Colorado, Idaho, North Carolina, whatever your reasoning is. Maybe it's just to retire and get a big chunk of property to enjoy your twilight years. There's a reason why so many people have trusted Johnny Jennings and his team at Made for More Realty with selling their home, and you should too. That's why they have over 1,000 five-star Google reviews, why they were voted #1 team in Roseville for the past 3 years. So if you want to find out how Johnny Jennings can help you, maybe even find out how he can get you at least 3 cash offers on your home in as-is condition. That's right, 3 cash offers. Just Google Johnny Jennings with Made for More Realty and get more for your home.
This is Made for More Living with Johnny Jennings. Online at madeformorerealty.com.
So Matt, you said that because I'm relatively new. Like I've only lived in the area 6-ish years, 7
years,
7 years. But I guess back in the day, you were saying Loomis was like a cow town.
Well, some would argue that it still is, and they like it that way.
Some are trying to keep it that way.
As Sacramento starts to grow and crime and homelessness and all the issues that come with a big city, people want out, but they don't want to move out of California. They want to stay close to maybe work, right? Maybe they're probably not a state worker. Maybe if they're living in Loomis, depends.
Depends on the part of Loomis.
They want a part of the country. They want to have chickens, right? They want to maybe have a horse or some goats or,
So when I think Loomis, I think luxury. I don't think chickens.
Right, but it was not always like that. Just like Lincoln was not as developed as it is now. I remember as a kid driving through Lincoln, it was one little street. And they did not have Sun City, none of that.
When I moved here, I remember Brent Gove making fun of Lincoln.
Yeah, absolutely. It was a small little cow town. It had nothing.
That's what he called it. He called it a cow town.
It had nothing.
Yeah.
And look at it now. And I think, I would compare Loomis to Rio Linda. You had a lot of folks that wanted some acres, right? They didn't want to live in a suburb. They wanted to have some chickens.
Those Rio Linda folks are walking a little taller right now.
Hey, you know what? If you told me in 10 years from now that Rio Linda was starting to build these bigger mansions, these multi-million-dollar homes, I would not be surprised. I would not be surprised.
There are some crazy houses.
Loomis is a little bit different topography-wise than Loomis. Loomis and Rio Linda are not exactly the same. But Loomis, if you don't want to live in a suburb, in recent years, Loomis has grown as far as the types of homes that are built out there.
It's like the #1 luxury spot.
Oh, absolutely. But you have both. You have these little shacks.
You do have
with
shacks. 12
rusty old cars in the front yard, right? And chickens running around. And then you have these large estates. Like one I went to, it was, $2.5 million estate. And it's got a pond in the backyard and a beautiful pool. And I don't know how many bedrooms and bathrooms. And so you've got both of those.
So you want to move to Loomis?
Yeah, I would love. Well, it depends on what type of property. Well, I can't afford to move to Loomis.
I got the property for you.
Okay,
I got the property for you. It's in a neighborhood called Clodalac. CLOS, DULAC. It's a gem of a neighborhood. Like people.
Is it a gated neighborhood or it's just? Oh, it is a gated neighborhood. Okay,
it's
gotcha.
Gated. But what's special about this neighborhood is it feels like you're like in Tuscany, because in front of most of the homes, there's vineyards. And what's crazy about this neighborhood...
I think I've driven by there.
It's so cool because what they do is they actually harvest the grapes and they make wine out of it. And then the owners get the wine.
That's awesome.
And anyway, so we got this beautiful house, 4 bedrooms, 5 bathrooms.
4 bedrooms, 5 bathrooms.
Over 4,000 square feet on this corner lot. Very, very secluded, very private. How much do you think that would go for?
Well, does it have a bowling alley in the basement or no?
No okay. Bowling alley. It does have a huge...
Theater room?
No, it has a huge, what's the word I'm looking for? Cellar.
Okay. Oh, gotcha.
Yeah. So
nice.
A lot of space for your wine bottles. Which
pool, no pool?
It has I would call it a spool. So a tiny, like a spa/pool.
Okay.
So it's private. You walk down.
What year is it?
What year was the house built?
Yeah, is this
Oh, you're getting into some questions.
2020s?
I think later than that. Or
Okay.
earlier than that.
So less than 5 years old.
No. It's older than that.
Oh, it's older than
I
that.
thought you were going to say 2000.
How many homes in the gated community would you say?
It was built in 2000. Not a lot. It's not a lot. It's got like a half acre. It's 0.43 acres. So it
has 4.3 acres on.
0.4.
Oh, 0.4.
Basically
okay.
half an acre. It's really pretty, and it's got solar. It's got 2 Tesla batteries.
Really? 2 Tesla batteries, solar.
It's a gorgeous home, and my favorite part about the home, which I don't know if anybody else is even going to care about this, but I hate when I get out of the shower and the floor is cold.
Oh, they've got heated floors?
Yeah, they got the heated floors in the master bathroom, primary bathroom.
I have a friend who has a master bedroom who's got a his and her stall. So they've got a master bathroom, but they've got his and her toilets.
Are you serious?
With doors, yeah.
That's hilarious.
Does this house not feature that? Because I feel like that's an essential. If I'm going to spend the big bucks on a home, I want his and her bath toilets.
Sounds like you need some marriage counseling there.
So what are we talking, 1.5?
You nailed it. Just about. It's listed right now at 1.587.
1.587.
Just shy of 1.6.
See, the thing that I would have said more, but you said 0.3 acres.
0.43.
0.43, which is not like, if I'm going to move to Loomis, you're talking about a gated community. So yeah, absolutely. I mean, sounds amazing. And what's great about Loomis is you're away from everything. You've got the trees, when it gets dark, the summer nights, it's so beautiful out there.
Oak trees. Oh my gosh. And it's just it's a really close knit community. So if you're looking for if you're looking for community, this is the place. This isn't like a Serrano where you don't necessarily know everybody.
Right.
This is like close knit. You walk around, you know all your neighbors. They know you.
Great. So you have listed this property at 1.587. 1.587.
Yep. It's a beautiful home.
Okay.
So if you want to,
people want to see pictures, obviously everyone wants to see pictures of this home.
Yeah, you can just Google it. It's 9661 Claude Lac, CLOSDULAC Circle in Loomis. So it's stunning.
For a property like that, do you do open houses?
Oh, absolutely.
You do? Really?
Oh, yeah.
Where you just open it up to the public?
Yeah. So yeah, absolutely. So we've done open houses in like $2.6 million homes.
Oh, I didn't know that.
But
I thought usually those are appointment only type of showings.
It depends. It's really driven by the seller. Some like the sellers of those homes, they want open house. They've wanted them, right? Because especially the first weekend on the market, it really concentrates. Instead of getting peppered with showings throughout Saturday and Sunday, it concentrates them in a couple-hour period. But yeah, we do open houses.
What kind of HOA fees are we looking at? Because obviously we're going to have some of those, right?
It's only $498, which isn't bad. We have a.
Does that include the wine? Does that include so many bottles of wine per month?
You get it's your wine. It's your wine club.
Here's a question, and maybe you don't know the answer to this. Is this a community vineyard? Is that what this is?
Yeah.
So so does someone else take care of the vineyard? Is that included in your $500 a month?
Yeah. So the HOA does all that.
They take care of the vineyard and they harvest it and.
Yeah, it's just really cool. I think they even have like a crush day where they.
Oh, that's so cool.
But he hands them out. He hands the bottles out, and I thought he gave one to. So one of our agents, Haley, did an open house, right, answering all your questions. She did an open house, and the owner gave her a bottle of wine. And for Valerie's birthday, every single year, what we like to do, like since she was 21, we would go out wine tasting. And this year with the boys, it just seemed like it wouldn't be fun for them. It wouldn't be fun for us because they wouldn't be having fun.
Sure.
So we said, hey, everybody, just come to our house and bring a bottle of wine, and we'll do a wine tasting at the house. And so Haley brought the bottle of wine from the homeowner, and it was the favorite.
Really?
Yeah. So it's not like nasty wine. It is like really tasty wine. So anyway,
because it's local.
It's locally grown.
It's fresh. It's the freshest.
It's the good stuff.
Yeah, that's interesting.
We have so many houses. Like we have a beautiful house in a Rockland corner lot right next to a green belt for $674. Like it's stunning. Completely like it's new. It's only a couple years old. We got another house. This is my personal favorite. Like I was kind of scared sending Valerie out here to see this one because I'm like, oh man, she's gonna want to do this to the kitchen. It is probably the prettiest kitchen I've been in. in a long, long time.
Where's this at?
It's in Auburn. So it's 5065 Silverhawk in Auburn. And
Is this a newer home or an older home?
older home, but
they've done some remodeling.
they spent $150,000
Wow.
on their kitchen.
Are you serious? They spent $150,000. What
Yeah.
did they spend $150K on?
Like cabinets, counters, like it's appliances.
What do you like about it? It just looks beautiful. What kind of countertops?
It is beautiful. I'd have to scroll through. Blah 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 blah. They have upgraded commercial grade ventilation for like they're like serious.
Oh, this is like a gourmet kitchen. They're doing some serious cooking.
This. Yeah, and then they it is just beautiful. I'm trying to find the pictures of it right now, but nobody can see the pictures but me. But it is just.
Well, that's incredible.
It is like the herringbone tile on backsplash. It is. I like it because it's bright. It's very light colored, very open, very airy, and then you have like the green belt behind them, and so
lots of windows,
all this natural light coming in, and there's nobody looking in. Like there's nobody out there. There's nobody behind you. It's a gem.
Wow.
And then I think we have one more. Oh yeah, this house. I am so surprised this house is not sold. If you guys want to buy a house and get a great deal, like this one will sell. Like it said on Zillow, 100% likely to sell before all the other houses.
Where is it?
It's in Roseville on 2116 Siebold Way. It's a 3-car garage. It has a pool in the backyard. It's on a corner lot. It is an entertainer's paradise in the backyard. Like I am so surprised this house is not sold. It just speaks to how
is it overpriced?
Challenging the internet. I don't think so. I really do not. It has had, like it says right now, Google says or Zillow says likely to sell faster than 99% of homes nearby. Guys, there's not an offer in hand at the time of this recording, so bring us an offer.
Well, what are you listing it at?
$699, just shy of $700. Bring us an offer.
How many square feet?
Beautiful pool, 1878, 4 bedrooms, 3 baths.
3-car garage?
3-car garage, RV parking. Like it is like this is like when I think of Roseville, this is the type of house I think.
Right.
You know?
Nice.
You're not in an HOA, so you don't have to worry about that. It's anyways.
All right, so if they want information on all of these listings and more,
you can go to madeformorerealty.com or just Google me, Johnny Jennings. But you can go to madeformorerealty.com. You'll see we have over 1,000 5-star reviews on Google, so we do a good job for our clients, and we'd love to help you.